Hi, Bobby Shields here, Dogbone Knives, back with torture test. Yes, we're going to put this knife that we just put the handle on, and I just sharpened, which I have touched nothing. Only thing I did was run a file through the lanyard hole. And I said I'm just going to do that and nothing else. That's all I've done to it. I've done nothing. So here it is. Now we're going to torture it. But we're going to see what we can do with it first. In the background here of my little barn right here, let me turn this just a little bit right there so you can see, and maybe to it right there just a little bit. Hangs a rope. Okay, this is probably 5/8 poly rope. I don't have any sisal, and I don't have any other rope of any other size, and this was just found around there. The only thing I have is sisal for off my hay bales. I don't keep a whole lot of rope here, mainly chains. Rope don't work too good with tractors, so I keep chains for tractors. So I don't think this knife here will cut a chain. Don't know. But anyway, it's still got the same scar right there where I cut it. It's peeling the hair off of it. I mean by the bunches. I don't know if you can see this blonde hair on my arms there, but anyway, there it is. I start shaving my legs because I ain't gonna have enough hair on my arms to shave. But anyway, we're gonna try this. The Master Bladesmith's tests involve certain things which I'm going to step up a little bit. I'm going to try the rope. I don't know that it'll cut it because it's not sisal, it's plastic. So, you know, just bear with me. I'm going to give it my shot anyway. If it don't cut it, it don't cut it. I mean, that's just part of learning and everything. Like I said, it's plenty sharp. Is it sharp enough to cut the rope in one swing? I don't know. Let's find out. No, it's not, but it did cut 2 strands of it. It's a 3-stranded rope, but like I said, it's plastic. It's not natural like sisal. Is it still sharp where I cut? Yes, that it is. Now let's see. I don't think I could hit the same place again, but anyway, so we're going to move on. Let's try this. I don't know if I could, it's hard to see in the sunshine here. Let me get the camera set. Okay, that is my chop block that's set out here, right here. Okay, that rope is tough. And I promise you, I've not touched anything. Okay, it'll go in there. Did you hurt it? No, let's try it again. Well, that goes in there pretty good. You can see it's got some scratches on that. Is it still sharp? Yep. Now, like I said, this stump is not super, not like a green stump or anything else, or a seasoned stump. What you see probably right here. All right, let's try a little batoning. This, even though it is broke and everything, this is dead wood. This is off a dead standing red oak. I cut it last year, and this has been laying right here, but anyway, I don't know how good it will baton or anything. Outside of it's a little punky, but trust me, the heart is solid, and it's got knots in it. So let me see what if I can see it. This sunlight's making it kind of rough. Let me move around right here and see if that don't help. There it is. Okay, and I'm gonna have to stop right there because the battery has less than 4 minutes left on it. I do apologize for that, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the battery charged up there good. Done a little honeydew stuff there while it was charging, so I got that taken care of. Now we'll excuse my little head cold there kinda. Okay, I stuck the knife in that. I just throwed it down there like I did before. I hadn't touched it since I left. Okay, but I did do off the camera. I did take the rope down right here. Now he cut one strand completely in two, right there. He cut the other one over half, and this one about half. So that'd be about 2 strands. This poly rope right here. That's pretty good for hanging. This stuff's tough. It's a lot tougher than sisal. So anyway, that's the only thing that I did do was to take all that down. See that cut right there? Everything is just take this rope down and throw it down right here by it. So yeah, it's done a number on it. So anyway, so it's sharp. Now let's get on and flip this out and get on to torture testing it here. Okay, there it is. It's stuck in there. There. Okay, here's my baton. I'm going to take a piece of wood, just pine to start with there. Make kindling with it. Well, that worked. Okay, let's keep going. Pine is, everybody knows, it's going to be fairly easy to split. So, there. That was out toward the tip. Let's get a little bit. That works. All right. Let's go this way and see if that'll do it. Yep, works just fine. That's batoning on that. There's the edges and everything. Is it still sharp? Yes, sir. Still sharp. All her. And I swear I've done nothing to it except what you've seen. Handle's holding up good. Everything still feels good. Okay. Let's take a piece of this and baton it. That's awful soft. Right there. Okay. Other than it's just marring the finish there a little bit. Blade to edge feels real good and everything. Yep, everything. Now, let's get a little deeper into it and see if I can do anything with that. Okay. Well, the handle ain't worth the flip to be batoned on. Okay. Ouch. I'm already committed, so like I said, experimental stuff. And the experimental handle didn't last. It was just a hopeful anyway. I thought I'd try it. And it probably would have if I hadn't hit it with a baton. But other than that, this knife could be rehandled like it is. It's nothing right there. So anyway, like I said, this was an experimental handle. Okay, so we know what to cut through that. That's dead. Pretty tough. Alright. Let's see, I got a piece. Alright. This is pine. And it's not only just dead pine, it is what we call fatwood, or as we call down here is rich pine. no telling how old it is. I've got pieces of pine laying here that's probably laying on the ground. It's over 20 years old and still just as hard as they can be, because that's all they are, is full of resin. So anyway, let's see what this one will do. This one's got knots and everything else in it. We didn't know that the handles is took a poo on me, so anyway. All right, yep, the handles took a good poo because I've hit it. Boy, does that smell ever so much. Look at it. Looks like it just cut it down yesterday. But no, it's been laying for a long time. See, the handles give up the ghost. But like I said, so far the knife can be rehandled. That's no problem with that. And, well, let's see if I got any more hair anywhere I can shave. Yep, right there it goes. And I'm doing it everywhere where I've been batoning. I ain't just picked a good spot on there that's not been done. Okay, there's batoning. Okay, like I said, the handles, it took a poo. So okay, so that's fine with that. Now, all right, there it's stuck. Let's dig a hole. Actually, let's take this fresh pine right here that I just split. Wonder if you could make a hearthboard out of that, or whether the too much pine in it would catch the board on fire instead of. Anyway, that's something I could try later on. I hope it's still on camera there. I keep pulling it out there. Well, I can there, but let's see. Okay. No warps, no bends. No nothing. I hope you can still see that. Still sharp. Everything. That's that pine. All right. Let's see about this dead red oak. That's solid, right there. That'd be like buying oak lumber. Doing it to it. Still, no bends, no mars, no chips, no nothing. Shame to bend this knife, but we're going to try it and see. Anyway, regardless, we said torture. Okay, this jimping on the back of it, I've hardened it. Okay, let's see. Let me get this piece of pine right there. See what that does. Well, are you going to saw a tree down with it? No, you're not. No bends, no nothing. I'm liking what I'm seeing with this one. Yep, right there. Well, what do you know? That seems to be doing all right there. Yep. Okay, I don't know if you've seen that or not, but that didn't do a thing. Well, let's try that again. Right there. Like I said, this is not the most solid of chop blocks, but it's still solid enough. No bends, no chips, just scratches. Scratches in the finish. A little sandpaper and I could make this and put a new handle on it. And this one could go to a customer. Well, I said I was going to bend it. I hate to, but I did say I was going to. This was a torture test. This was a redo of my hardening skills. Whether I done any better this time as I did the first time, I don't know. But so far, it seems to be holding up to everything I throwed at it. Come on. Are you going to break or are you going to come out there? Straight through. Come on. It come out perfect. No, nothing. This is real time. I mean, I'm doing this live. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Well, I've cut myself, pulled the hair on it. It's getting a little bit on the duller side of sharp. So, yep, there's hair and hides on there. It's at the pulling stage. I mean, it's cutting, but it's still pulling. So it could be strapped or whatever, but probably run over the steel there and have it done. That's pretty doggone good for it to go through all of that. And here's my baton stick. So, yeah. If this handle that held up, like I said, this was just an experimental handle, put on the proper way, but it just wasn't solid enough not to be beat on. So we'll have to go back and think about this before I build any more of this. This type of micarta. But this is 5/32 steel, 1095 high carbon, and it's been polished up to 400 grit before I put all that in there, and you can see how it does on the edge in there. Okay, now as straight as it can be, right straight down the edge. I don't know if you can see this or not. I hope to God so. There's no wave, there's no nothing. What I've seen, there's no flat spots on it nowhere on the edge, even though it is a little bit duller than what it started as. That's pretty good. Alright, that's torture. The batoning is torture enough on it. This would make a good camp knife, had a better handle on it. But it does have this little imperfection there above the maker's mark there that I'm not too thrilled with, that I know better to do. But other than that, is it a perfect knife? No. Will I ever make a perfect knife? Only if the good Lord lets me build knives in heaven. That would probably be the only place I could build a perfect knife. Now, with that said, I'm impressed with it. This one's the first one that I've done into a torture test. Now I'm going to take this back in my little building there in the shop. Excuse me there. And I happen to have in my pocket, along with the wet rock or with the Smith steel, I have some quartz. It's got a few sharp edges on it. Now, I possibly have flint around here, I don't know, but I have all kinds of quartz. And quartz is the same hardness as flint. I think it runs a number on whatever kind of scale it is. They said about a number 7, which is the same as that. So a flint and steel is nothing but high carbon steel and a rock of that hardness. And I'm going to try to see if this thing will make sparks on the back of it. If it will, you'll have another person could have another fire starting ability in the woods, as long as he carries a high carbon knife. Now I said the other day on the other knives that they hadn't rusted. Well, they've been inside in the dry. They've not been thrown around in the toolbox or in the bed of the truck or hauled around outside. They've been stored in the house. So they're not, moisture's not been getting to them. But still, anyway, that's still pretty good for not to have nothing done to them other than this ferric chloride etch. And then naturally, when I put them in the sheaths, I oiled them before I put them in there. So there is a little residual oil in the sheaths. So anyway, let's take this back in and see if it will spark, and then we'll put it in the vise and see what goes on there. All right, I'll be back to you in just a minute or two. Okay, I moved the inside. Hopefully we can see this spark, if it does spark. I don't know. Just going to try it right there. So anyway, don't know if got to find a sharp facet on this thing. Yep, it sparks. Had a better rock, sharper edge. Okay, that broke. Maybe. Yep. If I had a piece of flint, it might probably do better than this, or a sharper piece of quartz here. This is my first time trying this flint and steel stuff. But yeah, it does spark. It's not the best in the world, like I said, with this, but it does spark. So I hope you've seen that. I mean, gotta hold on to it good. Don't want it to slip, cut myself. Yep, I don't have a sharp edge. Well, you gotta be better at it than I am. Like I said, that was my first attempt, and I did see it throw a few sparks. Now, okay, it kind of chews that up just a little bit where it shaves a little bit of this off. And that's what it does. Maybe I'm not hitting it at the right angle or something. But anyway, and best I seen was they take the edge just a little bit, try to hit it that way, and what it does is supposed to shave just a little bit of this metal off. And removing of the metal is what makes it hot. It does it quickly, and what the spark is actually a piece of this metal where it's been shaved off there real quick. Okay, now then, let me get set up here and we'll lock this in a vise. Like I said, I'm going to rub it. I'm going to just wrap it down with leather before I get started. Like I said, I was going to put the point on the screw, and then put a piece of pipe on it and see how it goes. Now, this one, like I said, this one didn't get the treatment that the others got, so hopefully if this is any indication of how good the others is going to be, hopefully they're going to be super. Okay, alright, I'll be right back. Alright, before I put it in the vise, I want to see what it'll do with a piece of paper. I didn't try that before I done all the torture tests to it. Everything like else like that. I'm not going to say it's going to cut it, but it's still shaved hair. So and this is after we tortured it, and I swear to you, I've not touched it on nothing. I mean, now I could polish it up and hit it on the steel and make it really, really, really sharp again. But hey, it's still sharp enough to cut up an animal, split firewood, whatever you need. And it right there. Everything's been watched. You watched me sharpen it in real time. I didn't do anything special. That's the way I treat them all. Now the ones that's a little bit thicker on the edge there, where I leave them thicker on purpose, then I'll take them and bump them on the bench grinder just a little bit, just to get them started, to knock our edge off. But anyway, so there it is. If this one survives the bench vise there, and withstands 90 degrees or so without snapping into 15 pieces, then, well, I'll hang it on the wall, and so I'll have something I can show everybody. Alright, anyway, let me get set up on this before I talk myself out of doing this. Alright, I'm back. I guess I had to change positions of it. Okay, lay it right there, go around and around and around till I run out of this. Set this down in the worm screw right there. Put it right there. That's dead in the middle. That's as tight as I can get the handle on the vise. Now if it don't pull the vise off the table, well, I just happen to have this is the only piece of pipe I could find. It's no satellite feed arm, or so I'm going to try that. See what I can do. All right. Oh, it broke. Well, that, and it broke above. Where is that? Maybe well, it don't matter. It don't matter at all. It broke. There's no voids. There's no, I don't know if you can see that or not in there. There's nothing, no little bubbles or anything. It's solid steel. So, and that there's a good cross section of what the blade looks like from the end and everything. So anyway, so it tortured it and it broke it. Now, did it bend it? No. It broke at the last juking where I stopped filing. And yes, it did bend up here. It bent right here in the wrist where it should have bent during the finger choil. And it broke right there on my last file mark on my juking line. Right there. That was the spot. Is where it stopped at. The pipe was above that. The clamp was here, right about here where my thumb is. You can see that's where it was clamped at in the vise with the leather wrapped, and it broke even Steven right there where that juking is. That's the only other crack in it, and it bent it. And it bent it right there. There where it's supposed to, if it's going to bend, would be right there. Well, that goes to tell me that maybe my juking needs to go on a sideways or be done with a round file instead of a instead of a triangle file. I've learned something there too. So maybe I just need to do this juking here with a round file from now on instead of this. Okay. Well, anyway, there's the torture test. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, you know, what I may wind up doing with this is I may just take this little devil right here like it is and bob it off there just a little bit there and clean the end of it up. See if I can't straighten this up, fix the handle a little bit, and make a little neck knife out of it. Anything's possible. Or I may just leave it and just hang it on the wall, so I know that not to do this jimping or juking or whatever they want to call it with a straight file or anything with a sharp corner on it. Yeah. Okay. But that's okay. I mean, that's what we was going to do. We was going to torture this. I was really hoping it'd bend on a 90 though. I really did. So that either means that I didn't temper it good enough, or right there made a little stress crack in it. Right there when I started pulling on it, that was a weak spot right there. And I caused it. Caused it to have a weak spot. Round jimping shouldn't have those weak spots. So anyway, the jimping's good and sharp on it too. Anyway, so it'll hold your thumb good, but that's regardless. Anyway, so now, like I said, it's a straight break. It's not a jagged break or anything else. It's not curved. It's not swept or anything else like that. So that leads to, and it's broke right there. So that means that right there, I caused the stress crack. When I started putting pressure on it, sideways pressure on it, lateral, whatever they want to call it, pressure on it, that snapped. That caused that little bitty jimping in there, a little straight grain right there, give it just enough to make it want to break there. I'm sure I could probably break it several more places here where this jimping was, and it'd be a straight break just like this one. So anyway, we have tortured the knife. It bent a pretty good bit right there before it broke. That's a pretty good angle right there. Well, anyway, so like I said, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Give us a thumbs up if you've learned anything off this page. That's all. What I'm trying to do is to show everybody what I'm learning. Everything that I do, I put out there, regardless. No matter what it is, I'm like Mike off Ecom Knives, whatever else that I'm doing, or if I learn something, I hope to share it with you, the viewers, and it's just like this. I learned something. Okay, no more square jimping. Absolutely, use a round file only, so I'll have to get me some smaller files and everything else. So anyway, I don't know what it'd do to vining and stuff. I'm assuming that since the vining is round, most of it, and the little edge got flies in here. Sorry about that. Live in the country with a barn right beside of me. So anyway, and I left the window open last night. So anyway, this would make a good. It's hardened. If I could make a little Kivec guard for it, this would be a good little handy device for flint and steel, because it will spark. I've done seen that. It will spark. And on this side, if you had a Kydex edge on it, like some of these knives that you get from Walmart in a package, they'll have a little rubber tip, little plastic tip guarding them on there. Get that and fix it really good so it fit on there good and come all the way up to where you could hold on to it and squeeze it right there, not just on the edge, but have it where you could hold it and do this with it. It's an idea. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll start another knife there. And like I said, if you want to see something, done different or anything else like that, have questions, comments, I'll read them and I'll answer all the questions that I can. Like I said, I don't know it all, but hey, we learn together. All right, thank you. Thank you for watching.